Welcome to the number one South Asian radio station on the planet. Rukus Avenue Radio.
Logging on to DJMNS.com.
You're tuned to the sounds of Emenes. Welcome to another new episode. The hottest EDM and dance tracks from around the world.
Non-stop in the mix for 1 hour. With your host,
producer,
DJ Emenes.
It all begins
now. Welcome to The Shadow Experience.
Hey, what's up? This is DJ Shadow from Dubai. Thank you for tuning into the Sounds of Emenes on Rukus Avenue Radio, the world's number one South Asian radio station and exclusive on Dash Radio. Today I'm changing things up a bit. I'm going to be taking over, dropping an exclusive guest set featuring non-stop soundtrack of my hits, and a bit later into my set, get to know me better as I will be sitting down with Emenes and DJ Harmonic. So keep it locked here until the end of the hour and enjoy the non-stop commercial free Shadow experience. So here we go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, are you ready?
चांदनी रात में गोरी के साथ में आसमान में देखूंगा धीमे 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 सीने 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 गोरी तू बड़ा शर्माती है देखो शर्म क्यों आती है कातिल तेरी निगाहें काट गले जले जाती है तुझ में नशा है तू बिल्कुल लफी में धीमे 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 सीने 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 सीने
Rewind it back.
चांदनी रात में हीरो के साथ में आसमान में देखूंगी नगीने उसको लाइफ में हुई एक्साइटमेंट नाच नाच के निकलेंगे पसीने धीमे 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 मेरा सीने 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 धीमे 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 धीमे
लड़की ओ लड़की आँख मारे ओ लड़की आँख मारे ओ लड़की आँख मारे ओ लड़की
कपूर की आवाज में कुमार सानू की आवाज में ओ लड़की आँख मारे ओ लड़की आँख मारे ओ लड़की आँख मारे
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let me see everybody's hands up in the air and clap, 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 and clap, 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 clap.
Shake your body, girl. Shake your body, girl.
बदल गया।
रखो ना फिर कोई भी शंका, अपने प्यार का बजा बदलता, फिर मेरे पीछे तो कोई भी आया मुश्किल लगा दूंगा। छोड़ छाड़ के दुनियादारी तेरे पीछे पड़ गया, मैं सपनों में
लेके जाऊंगा दिल तेरा रोके कोई मुझे टोके कोई मुझे दूंगा उसे जहां से मिटा मुकाबला मुकाबला लेला ओ लेला मुकाबला सुभान अल्लाह लेला ओ लेला ओ लेला उसे जहां से मिटा मुकाबला मुकाबला लेला ओ लेला मुकाबला सुभान अल्लाह लेला ओ लेला तेरा मजनू तू बन जा मेरी लैला आज चलेगा जादू तेरा मेरा पहला पहला ये तेरी बातें करता है मेरा जिया तू ही बता दे सारा क्या है इरादा तेरा तो संभाल तू हीरो मैं ही तो हूँ तेरा तेरी ही बातों तो मुलाकातों में जीना मुझसे मेरा है जिया मुकाबला लेला ओ लेला मुकाबला सुभान अल्लाह लेला ओ लेला felt like ooh la la la, yeah, no. Sapphire and moonlight, we danced for hours in the same tequila sunrise. Her body fit right in my hands, la la la. You felt like ooh la la la, yeah. I love it when you call me señorita. I wish I could pretend I didn't need ya, but every touch is ooh la la la. It's true la la la. Oh, show me honey, oh, you keep me coming for ya. Oh, you keep me coming for ya. Oh, you keep me coming for ya.
Shadow.
Back in the hotel, there's just some things that never change. You say we're just friends, but friends don't know the way it tastes. La la la. But I know it's been a long time coming, don't you let me fall. On your lips, undress me, hooked on your tongue. Ooh, love your kisses deadly, don't stop. I love it when you call me señorita. I wish it wasn't so damn hard to eat up, but every touch is ooh la la la. It's true la la. Oh, I should be running. Oh, you keep me coming for ya. Oh, you keep me coming for ya. Oh, you keep me coming for ya.
दो पल की जो नींद उड़ी आप पूरे सारे खाक करे क्या करने हैं उम्रों के वादे ये जो रहते हैं रहने दे आगे दो बार नहीं एक बार सही एक रात की कर ले तू यारी सुबह तक बाकी मेरी बात तू ऐसे सोचना दिया एक
Rukus Avenue Radio.
Guys, welcome to the Sounds of Emenes. This week, you're listening to the show with myself and Harmonic, but we're doing things differently. We've got a special guest who's taken over the show. We've got DJ Shadow from Dubai, who's been dropping the guest set on today's show. Pretty much he's locked us out of the studios, but we've managed to get in and get this one-on-one with him. So welcome to the show, Shadow.
Thank you for having me on the show. Yes, it feels great to be on your show, and I hope you've been enjoying my set.
Yeah, absolutely, it's phenomenal. I've been a big fan. Your mixes are awesome. One of the reasons we wanted you on our show.
That's great. I'm glad, it's people like you who spread my mixes as well, and the listeners of your shows get to listen to them as well. So I'm glad to be on the show.
It's great to have you, man. So DJ Shadow, you're obviously one of the top DJs in India, if not that top DJ. How did you get into it? How did you get into DJing and just music in general?
Well, that was a long time ago. I think I was a teenager and I was just in one of the parties and I saw the DJ having control over the crowd, the girls, the fame. I guess I got into it for the wrong reasons. I was young and it was probably not the right reason to get into DJing, but music was always in me. I used to love Bollywood music, and somewhere along the journey I realized I wanted to take this seriously. I wanted to take Bollywood music worldwide, and that's how things started and things went ahead. But yes, definitely got into it for the wrong reasons. Along with the DJing comes with the lifestyle, the glamorous bit, and that's what I was attracted to at the start. But like I said, somewhere during the journey, I realized that I wanted to give a lot more into DJing and into the music industry.
That's awesome. So you learned that, obviously it had much more to offer than just the glam and the fame.
Yes, for sure. And I think that's what I tell a lot of people around me as well. When they see my lifestyle, they think, wow, this is great. This is crazy. It's partying all night. But it isn't. There's a lot of things behind the scenes as well. And I think that's that's where the effort and the determination needs to be put in. Else, things can get a bit too crazy.
So I guess that's one of the reasons you've been around so long. You stay true to the trade, true to your craft.
Yes, definitely. I think you really have to be true to the music. It's a creative field, and you have to be creative at all times. And there are times when there's highs, there are lows, but at all times you need to be true and honest to what you're doing.
So your family, did they have a music background at all, or would it all just come from you just starting it off?
It was just me starting it off. Back in the days, we used to listen to a lot of radio and cassettes, and music was definitely inside me. I used to dance a lot when I was a kid. Used to love listening to music. The usual thing. I think it's a Desi thing. As a Desi family, we all love the Bollywood movies and Bollywood music. But I never thought I would really get into the music industry. I was studying my computer science engineering, so this was definitely something which I had never seen coming.
Yeah, like you said, we love music and our culture, but sometimes when you enter the industry, obviously sometimes families aren't really accepting of it. So how was your family when it came to you entering the industry? Were they supportive? Or were they a little bit against it?
Yeah, the funny part was they never understood it at the start, as in they didn't know what a DJ did. So it was tough to explain to them, and initially they were apprehensive. But when they understood that I was really into it and I had a passion for it, they asked me to go ahead and do what I wanted to do, and I really appreciate the support. Like you said, it's tough to convince parents to do something else, especially when it's not a stable, I would say not a stable industry. But they did support me, and yes, here I am.
It's amazing. I just want to say, in just previous, you said something about when you were listening to cassettes. Mm-hmm. I don't know if our listeners today know what that is. If you want to take a little moment to explain to them what cassettes are.
Yeah, should I?
No. It's just amazing though, like, how long we've been in the game for, how music has evolved, right? So
it's been crazy. You know, nowadays there's YouTube, the Spotify. There's easy access to music. But even as a DJ, when I started off, getting new music was tough. Yeah, especially being in Dubai, trying to get Bollywood music, it was really, really tough. So yeah, the efforts were almost double or maybe 10 times more.
Right. The struggle was a lot more back then. You know, when you had to listen to music, back to mentioning cassettes and actually acquiring the music.
I think it's just a change in how things are available in general to people. I think everything is easily accessible, but that also makes it more interesting because now you have an educated crowd. You're playing to a crowd which knows music, which knows the latest songs. So the game has definitely changed, but I think it's become more interesting as well.
You mentioned it was difficult getting music in Dubai. So Dubai, were you born in Dubai? Or did you transition there after music, or was your family already there?
Yes, I was born and raised in Dubai, and one of the reasons Dubai has been such a big influence on me is Dubai as a city made me learn how to dream big. Dubai has evolved in such a large scale, and that's how I realized that anyone could dream to become really, really big. Also, the best part about Dubai or having been raised here is that I was used to different sounds from the east and the sounds from the west, and I've always tried fusing them both together, and I guess that shows in my music influence as well.
And Dubai obviously has a big Indian community over there. How popular would you say that Bollywood music is? Is it the most popular?
I guess Indians and Desis are everywhere in the world. I guess even if they start a club night in the moon, I'm sure there will be some Desis out there. So yeah, I think it's great that we are everywhere, and there's a huge Indian population, Pakistani population who just love Bollywood music, and also some expat and Arab crowd as well. It's a great blend. It's amazing to be here. Like I said, I get to listen to the sounds of the East and the West, and get to play a bit of both, but keeping Bollywood as my core.
So when it comes to Dubai, like you said, Bollywood music is big there. There's obviously a big hip hop culture there as of late. A lot of rappers are spending a lot of time in Dubai. How about dance music and just EDM? How popular is that in Dubai?
I mean, Dubai is mostly about commercial pop music, the top 40s. That's what they really love. EDM music didn't really hit off much in Dubai. They love the R&B and the urban scene. That's what really, really big. Obviously, the Bollywood scene is quite big as well, and the hip hop scene. But somehow, funnily enough, the EDM scene never really hit it off that big in Dubai.
Because in India, if you look at the EDM scene now, the dance music scene, it's blown up quite a bit.
It's huge, and even the techno scene in India has taken over. So there's been quite. I think in India they are receptive to a lot of new music as well. So there's a lot of techno which has taken over EDM music. So yes, but in Dubai it didn't. Surprisingly, like I said, they love their R&B and their hip hop.
So, and being a DJ, obviously Emenes, you were a part of festivals before Sunburn, in the biggest Indian festival ever. And Shadow, I saw that you broke a world record for the longest DJ rally ever. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, that was crazy. It was one of the longest DJ rallies. I'm not too sure how long it went for, but it went on for days. And they make sure it was only DJs and not just regular people who came to play. So every DJ played for about 5 to 10 minutes. They had to mix 2 tracks, and it was fun to be part of the rally, and for Guinness Book of World Records to recognize that and give us all a certificate for that.
No, that's awesome. So you've obviously worked with Sean Paul before. You've worked with Pitbull. You've worked with Guru Randhawa. So slowly, 200 million views on YouTube. It's crossed that. Tell me how that song started. What brought that song together?
Like I said, Dubai taught me to dream big, and if somebody told me about 15 years back that I would do a track with Pitbull, that would be the biggest joke, because having born and raised in Dubai, we used to listen to Pitbull and Sean Paul as kids and dance to their songs, and I never ever thought something like this would happen. But like I said, I love to fuse music from the West and the East together, and I wanted to bring out a few collaborations, and it started off with Sean Paul and Badshah with Move Your Body, and then I'd met Guru once. We had done a few shows together, so I was making him listen to a few beats of mine, and he really liked one of that, And I told him that I wanted to do this with a American artist as well, and that's how we started jamming on the track. And I thought it would be a great fit for Pitbull because we wanted somebody who had that kind of energy on the track. We sent it to Pitbull's team. They loved it. They loved Guru. They loved the beat. They loved the song, and they jumped on it. Just like a dream come true.
Now that song, I remember when it came out, it blew up. It was huge, Pitbull in an Indian track. So in America, in Canada, and just even in Europe, Spanish music, Latin music is huge. When it comes to the club scene, you see artists like Drake hopping on the tracks, The Weeknd, Justin Bieber. Obviously, list goes on. Do you feel like Indian music with our sound, our energy, our percussions has the potential to kind of have that same figure?
Yeah, so the Latin Spanish sounds really took over in the last few years, and I definitely think it's the next wave is the Indian wave. Despacito happened, and that got about 6 billion views, and I really feel that Indian song is definitely gonna break worldwide really, really soon. It's going to touch the 1 billion mark, and it's not too far when some of the bigger names are going to jump on the Indian tracks as well. And like I said, just like how the Latin wave happened, I think a lot of non-Desis are going to start enjoying Indian music soon, and there's going to be a trend of Indian music really happening probably in the next 12 months.
When it comes to obviously traveling for you, do you ever feel like, hey, you know what, I can't do this anymore, I feel like I need to take a break, or what motivates you to kind of keep going?
So the crazy part is, about 6 months ago, I did think, it's going too much and I need a break. And they say you need to be careful what you wish for. And I've been on a break for the last 6 months, staying at home because of the COVID situation. It does get hectic at times, especially during the wedding season. And the winter season, which is kind of around the same time here in India and Dubai. So we get to travel a lot. It's probably I do about 15 to 20 shows, or sometimes even more in a month, and in different cities on every different day. There are times when I wake up and I'm trying to pick up the phone to order room service in the morning, and then I realize, damn, I'm back at home. So it definitely happens, but when at times like these, when I'm sitting at home, I realize how much I miss traveling and how much I miss the crowd, playing for the crowd. And the best part is different crowds on different dates, and you're meeting a lot of new people, playing for a lot of different people. So definitely miss that now.
Rukus Avenue Radio.
So you mentioned playing for weddings, playing for big crowds, playing at clubs. Obviously, as a DJ, there's so much variety as to where you can perform. But like you said, you perform at the biggest festivals, you perform at weddings. After so many years of being in the game, what do you prefer? Like, out of all of that, do you prefer the bigger festivals? Do you prefer the smaller crowds?
So I realized about sometime last year that there are different avenues now that I'm playing at, and I probably need to release and play different music at all these different venues. So there's concerts at clubs, sometimes at bars, sometimes weddings, corporates. So now I started enjoying all of them because I have a different set for each. So if I'm playing at a huge concert, it's mainly big room EDM, or I start producing a lot of rave music. So that's what I'm dropping for the the big concerts. Then there are clubs where you're playing a bit more funkier set, and there are weddings where you're playing more for the crowd and the bride and the groom. So it's I think all of them is fun, but I really enjoy playing for the college festivals. There are a lot of campus shows I perform at, and I think that's where you really understand how much love you can get, because all the younger, the kids, they scream, they shout, they're dancing, they're jumping the whole time. And I think that's one place I really, really enjoy, campus festivals.
Desilicious is obviously a huge thing on YouTube. You have almost, I think it's over 100 episodes now.
We're going to touch 100 soon. Desilicious started off because back in the days, there were really no Bollywood remixes in the market. Like I said, when we had to buy cassettes and then CDs, I had to fly all the way down to Bombay to get remixes. There were hardly any remixes in the market. And as DJs in clubs, we were kind of handicapped because I would probably go down to Bombay and buy a CD, and that would last last for 6 months, and we would keep playing the same remixes. And then I realized that the only way the industry would grow is if we started putting out our own remixes and edits, like how the X mixes and the funky mixes were there for the urban scene. So a few DJs, we started putting out remixes, and we started getting a lot of support from the DJs from clubs, resident DJs. They started messaging me and saying, wow, you're really helping out the scene. And that's how, the craze for the remixes started. And then slowly I got better in making the edits, and I thought, why not push out some better sounds as well? So it's definitely evolved. The funny part is we started off making remixes, and now Bollywood has a trend of making a lot of remakes of older tracks in the movies, like Hama Hama and Tama Tama has come back out. And so that made me want to make a lot more pop music. So that's how I got into the original music scene.
That was actually going to be my next question. Is one of the more controversial kind of topics or debates is remakes in Bollywood. Some people love them, some people hate them. What do you think? Do you think that that it's good that they're pushing a new, a new sound to the classic tracks, or do you feel like they're just out of stuff to do?
I think, I can't complain because I used to do that at some point of time, remake the classics, so I really don't have any complaints. But the only thing we struggle with as a DJ is, let's say we have so many old school tracks now in our sets because of the remakes, so we struggle with any new content. And that's how I started getting into original music as well, so that, there's some fresh music alongside the remakes and the classics.
So pretty much Emenes, you started off years ago too. And like you said, the cassette game and everything like that, it's changed so much. Social media is obviously huge. YouTube is a big thing. Instagram, Twitter. How important is Instagram and Twitter to you for your brand?
I think it's very important to connect to your fans. Back in the days, I remember sending out my demos as emails to record labels or to my management, and we would get a reply after a few days, and that's how we would understand the feedback of my new sounds. But now, when I put out new sounds, it's instant feedback because it's on social media, it's on my YouTube, and people are saying that this is what they like about it, this is what they're not. And I think it's very important not to stay in your own bubble and to understand what the crowd likes as well. Along with trying out different new things. And I think that's where social media really, really helps because, they can be nice to you, and they can be bad to you. But I feel they're always honest and they're putting out their thoughts. I feel that's where it really, really helps you. It can keep you grounded. It can make you fly as well. But I think if you use social media the right way, it would definitely help. Not just building your followers, but also reaching out to the right audience and understanding what they want.
So obviously, once again, like you said, interacting with fans, interacting with artists is so much easier now with social media.
Yeah, I think life has definitely changed. Like I said earlier, when we used to DJ, the crowd didn't really know any new music because they weren't listening to, they didn't have access to so much of new music. But now the crowd's so educated, they've either flown down to festivals around the world, or at least they've seen festivals like Tomorrowland on YouTube. So they know the music, they know what's happening, what's trending. So you really can't fool them anymore. You have to be at the top of your game all the time. They keep requesting the new songs, so you have to be really updated with your songs and the genres. So I think life trends are changing, and you have to be on the new trend as well.
So like you said, you've been in the game for years. What's in the future for Shadow?
I'm not too sure about the future, but at the moment I'm working on a lot of rave sounds. I think Future Rave by David Guetta and Morton, and the rave culture by W&W have taken over the EDM scene, and that's something I've been working on the last few months. I've actually converted my dining table to a small studio during this lockdown. So I've been working on a lot of rave sounds. I've called it Bolly Rave. It's catering to the festivals. It's catering to the young crowd and bringing out a lot of Bollywood sounds. And working on a couple of original tracks as well on the Bolly Rave sounds. So that's something I'm really, really excited about. And I've been putting out a few teasers out on YouTube. And like I said, been listening to the feedback from all the fans.
And being in Dubai, do you hope to maybe one day transition into the Arab market as well?
I really love my Bollywood music. It's something which I've grown up as. I remember dancing to the songs of Kalnaik as a kid, and I think Bollywood music is something which I really want to take worldwide. And I'm not really sure if Arab music is something I'm that aspirational about. So for me, it's going to be definitely Bollywood music all the way.
So once again, tonight we were here with a very special guest, Dubai's very own DJ Shadow. Shadow, thank you so much for being with us, man.
Thank you guys for having me on the show. Hope you had a good time listening to my set. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to the exclusive DJ Shadow takeover of the Sounds of Emenes, and I just wrapped up a 101 with DJ Harmonic and Emenes. But the Shadow experience still continues to the end of the hour, so keep it locked as I continue dropping my exclusive guest set. So let's get back into the music.
मेरे सपने नहीं सीधे साधे गलत फहमियां तो मिटा दे सुबह तक मांगे मेरी बात तू ऐसे सोचना जिया घुंघरू टूट गए घुंघरू टूट गए
police up. क्या बोल रहे सब लोग? मेरे बनता है मालूम है ना? मचाएंगे जो नहीं नाचते उसको भी नचाएंगे. Let's do it. Hey, 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 hey. नहीं मालूम है तो सुन.
DJ Shadow.
मामा बनने बोले बल्लू बन जाऊंगा. तू चाहे तो तेरा पल्लू बन जाऊंगा. मलयालम होगी तो मल्लू बन जाऊंगा. तेलुगु रहेगी तो अल्लू बन जाऊंगा. तू बनाएगी तो उल्लू बन जाऊंगा. बेबी बाबा लेगी बल्लू बन जाऊंगा. लड़की बताने में संजू बन जाऊंगा. शादी करने बोले सल्लू बन जाऊंगा.
Rocky.
slow it down.
ओ एक तेरे संग यारा अख लड़ने लगी अख लड़ लड़ के आगे बढ़ने लगी एक तेरे संग यारा अख लड़ने लगी अख लड़ लड़ के आगे बढ़ने लगी ओ मुंडा
Thank you for listening to the exclusive DJ Shadow takeover on the Sounds of Emenes right here on Dash Radio, the world's #1 South Asian radio station. Hope you guys enjoyed my guest set. If you missed it, don't worry, this show will be archived on Emenes YouTube. Just look up DJ Emenes. And don't forget, be sure to follow me on my YouTube, Instagram and Facebook on DJ Shadow Dubai.
Thank you for listening to the Sounds of Emenes.
Produced and hosted by DJ Emenes. For show details, track listings, download links, or booking details,
Please log on to djmns.com.
DJ Emenes.
Download the Dash Radio app for your device and tune in to Rukus Avenue, Dash Radio's exclusive South Asian
Radio
station.